Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel, your favorite friendly. Well, today it's yarn kit junkie. I'm super addicted to kits, yarn kits. I don't know why, but we're gonna look at some kits from a place I've never bought kits from. I'm branching out on kits at different yarn companies so I can find out, nail down who has the best depending on what. So far I've tried Mary Maxim's and Hirschner's. I like both of those. So today I have 4 kits to show you that I bought from Lion Brand's website. Now, I've never purchased kits from Lion Brand before. I love Lion Brand. I buy yarn from their website all the time, but I've never once even taken a gander at their kits until I got on this kit addiction and I decided that I would try other kits. So I was on their site and I'm like, I'm gonna look at their kits. So now Lion Brand has tons of kits. I mean, kits for every single thing that you can imagine. Now, I'm only going to be speaking from my personal experience. I haven't even opened the box yet. So when I look at their kits, there's just so many knit ones and crochet, anything that you could ever want to make, you know, and multiples of them. So many different designers, some I knew, some I have never heard of. And you know, they had it categorized nice and everything like that. So I went through every single kit that they sold there. And to be honest, there wasn't an extremely lot of kits that really grabbed my attention. You know what I mean? I mean, there was a lot of, they were nice kits, but there wasn't a lot that really like, I gotta have that. You know what I mean? There was like 4 that I got and that I thought, well, I gotta have those. There was a couple more that I liked, but not enough where I felt like I want to spend that money, you know, to get them. You know what I mean? But they do have a lot. But I'm just speaking from, like I said, my own personal experience. They just, you know, like versus Mary Maxim kits and Hirschner's kits. Their kits just didn't speak to me that way. So, but you know, that's all in personal preference. So I'm not dogging Lion Brand. I love Lion Brand. I buy their yarns all the time. I think they have terrific yarns. It's just, like I said, their kit section, it's just, you know, some of them, you know, they just weren't really my style of kits. How about that? Just my style. But it doesn't mean they can't be yours. So this is my first experience buying from Lion Brand. Okay, so first off, I noticed the difference between Hirschner's and Mary Maxim versus Lion Brand. I have a tutorial for this hat. It's called my Stitch Sampler Beanie. You can find that on my channel. The first difference I noticed is Lion Brand sends you the pattern as a digital download. And Hirschner's and Mary Maxim, they include the printed version in the kit. All right, so, you know, that's okay. You know, they send it to you as a digital download. But then I think about some people don't have a printer, and some people, I would say more people than not, prefer the printed version over a digital download. So that was just a little bit of a downfall. But again, there's nothing really wrong with it. Other than I did have to print the patterns because I'm going to commission these out, and I wanted whoever I commissioned them out to not to have to print the pattern. And I had to print them in color because some of them were, one of them was graph, and it, like, if I printed it in black and white, you wouldn't be able to tell what color went where. And I had 4 patterns I printed. One of them was so big, it was 55 pages, and counting the other 4, I ran out of black ink and colored ink. I had to go to Walmart and spend $40 on 2 ink, or $20 on 2 ink, you know, a colored one, 20, and a black one, 20. So that was $40 I had to pay just to get 4 patterns printed, because it used up all the ink I had in my printer. And they weren't even old cartridges. They were pretty new. I just changed them not very long ago. But yeah, so that was like $40 extra I had to tack onto the bill just to print the patterns. And I have my black down really low as it can go on my printer and everything like that. But so I'm just saying that you have to think about that as well. But you know, that's not that big of a deal. Digital downloads, it's just if you want to print it and they need to be in color, just expect them. They're going to take, some of these are going to take a lot of ink. So anyways, let's look and see how they're packaged. I have heard how they were packaged from a couple people, but I've never seen it myself. I'm hoping that they are not packaged the way some people say they are. I can only hope, right? Oh. And they are packaged the way the people said. Okay, so they're not, as far as Mary Maximus and Hirschner's go, you know how they put them in the plastic bag and they put the yarn that you need and the pattern in it. Lion Bread did not do that. I have 4 kits that I bought. All the yarn is just thrown in this box. It's not separated at all. So, and there's, you know, so that's not really cool. I don't really like that. So, okay. Let's look and see. That sucks. That sucks. Alright. I'm going to show you the kits I got. How about that? Oh, there's another thing I noticed. I noticed right off about Lion Brand. So, let's start off with this smaller one. Like I said, I printed these as digital downloads. I printed the digital downloads so whoever I commission them to has a written pattern. And I'll have to find some bags to, you know, do something with the yarn. So the first one that I printed off is called the Summer Blossom Throw. So that is what it looks like. These came from my printer. So, and I do set the ink quality low, so I'm not running out of ink all the time, but these take up all my ink and I had to go buy more. But that's okay. So there it is. I thought that looked pretty. So the Summer Blossom Throw is designed by Ron Strong. Now that was a designer that I never heard of, but I see that they include a little card that tells you about the designer. Okay. So I can read that later and learn a little bit more about him. But like I said, some of the designers I knew, most of them I did not. I don't always know. There's so many knit and crochet designers. I cannot keep up with everybody, especially the bloggers. I can keep up with more of the YouTube, I guess, than I can the bloggers. But even then, I can't even keep up with some of the YouTubers. So this person could have a YouTube channel. I have no idea. But I know I had never heard of that person. But I will definitely read his card. And this is the kit that he designed, and it says it's level 4 advanced. So it's a throw. The size is about, it's a 56 inch diameter circle. It's very pretty looking. Now this is made with Lion Brand woolies. I don't know if that's, okay, so that's the 4-weight woolies. So that's this one right here. It's not the Thick and Quick. So it's made with this. That's a shame that they don't package those separately. You think they would do that. Anyways, so yeah, that, you know, it's pretty. It gives you, okay, yeah, I guess this person does have a YouTube channel because there's like links in here. If you had the digital download it, they would be hyperlinks. So there's that one. Let me tell you what I paid for it real quick. Okay, I paid $52.35. Now these were 30% off the time when I bought these. 25 or 30% off. I'm thinking it was 30. So I did think their kits were a little on the pricey side, and I was glad to be able to get them on sale, because on sale I don't think that they're a bad price. But buying this straight out reg on the reg, they seemed a little bit pricey. But so yeah, that's that one, by blogger Ron Strong. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 12. So it comes with 15 balls of that woolies of different colors. There, so there's that one. Okay, and then the next one I printed out is very pretty. Now this is designed by One Dog Wolf, and I do know who that is. I thought this was a very, very pretty Afghan. Now this is called the Monstera Garden Blanket, of course, because the Monstera is a plant, a very beautiful one. Now one thing I really did like about Lion Brand was, so this color, this yarn right here is Lion Brand's Mandala Ombre. You could choose any color of Mandala Ombre that they have. And also for the base color, whatever yarn is used for the base, you could choose any color that you wanted that they had in that yarn. So you could just make it your own. So I did like that. And I did change this Afghan. Instead of this rainbow here, I actually stuck and made, I used it where it was all the green color. So they would all be green leaves, if you could picture that. So I like that aspect that you could change it. That was neat. You know, you can't do that at Hirschner's and Mary Maxim's. You know, they have set colors in their kits, and you know you can't change them. And if they run out of a color, they substitute it, and they don't tell you what they substitute it for you. But here, you know, they give you the option. I could have got any color of the Mandala Ombre that I wanted, and I thought that was cool. So I chose the all green. So every square on the Afghan that I commission out will be the green Mandala Ombre. I think that. I don't know if everybody's going to think that'll look better. My husband said he liked this one, but, you know, I thought it'd be more realistic for the Monstera plant to be all green. But this is a beautiful, beautiful design by One Dog Wolf. It says it's intermediate level 3. And, you know, it's got pictures and whatnot inside. But do remember the leaves that I got are going to be all green. The yarn that is for this one is Lion Brand Woolies. Fisherman? What's going on here? That must be the color. I don't know. I wish they really would have done something different for this instead of just throwing it all in. Okay, I think that's the color. Fisherman is the color. Why? So it's made out of the 4-weight woolies as well, and then a Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. And like I said, I didn't choose a color that it shows here, but 3 cakes of the green one is what I chose. So yeah, I think, you know, it just looks like you make the leaf and then basic granny around them and sew them together. So, you know, it's got a lot of nice pictures. The instructions look nice. You know, I can't read it really much of anything. I can look at the picture and see that it looks like it'd be a pretty Afghan. So nice. So yes, and meet the designer for One Dog Wolf. She's a very talented woman who I've seen plenty of times on Instagram and Lion Brand Instagram. I see her quite often on there. Okay, let's see. Oh, and the next one. Oh, and that one was $46.79, the Monstera Garden Blanket, but remember it was on sale at the time. I hope they didn't mess up I hope they got all the colors correct. I gotta go through this and get all the colors and get them all separated. I'll let you know and make sure they got my changes noted correctly, because I did say I changed that one to all green, and we'll see. All right, The next one comes from, like I said, I got 4. By Make and Do Crew, which I have heard of. She is mostly on Lion Brand's website. I've seen her again. Her name's Jess. Very, very beautiful. And she had the most adorable blanket. Now, it was an expensive yarn kit. But it was one that I felt that I needed to get. Now, before I show you, right off, this was $120, and that was on sale. It was like way more than that, not on sale. But there's a lot of yarn to it. But once you see it, you'll understand why I had to get it. Since I'm going to be doing, you know, these for my animal auction. This is called Best in Show Dog Blanket. This pattern is 55 pages long. So it's, I think it's corner to corner graph crochet. Here's a picture of it, what it looks like. I don't want to mess up the pages. Isn't that adorable? I had to get it if I'm auctioning for an animal shelter. There's my dog Doug, if he was brown, because he's a poodle. Let's look. Yeah, none of these really look like, well, that looks kind of like a Maltese. George is half Maltese, but he's more gray. Do you guys see a picture of your breed of dog on here? Or one that looks like your dog? That's about it. I don't have any that look like any of the other ones. But very, very nice. I like it a lot. From looking at it, it looks like corner to corner. But let's see what it comes with. What kind of yarn does it come with? It comes with Lion Brand Basic Stitch Anti-Peeling, which is a 4-weight yarn. It comes with a lot of balls of yarn. I guess it would need to. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like maybe 25. And then there's some small balls of that that do-it-yourself yarn. It's like it's like a cheap, small, little bitty ball. Maybe that's just for like little eyes or something that you sew on later. I have no idea. Another thing, though, I can tell you, I noticed with Lion Brand's kits, a lot of them were out of like the main color that the Afghan took. Like for this one, they didn't have the white that this Afghan was made out of. It was out of stock. You could choose any other color that you wanted, you know, from their Basic Stitch Anti-Peeling line, but they didn't have the one that went with this pattern. So I chose a different one. It's kind of an off-white as well. I'm sure it'll look, you know, similar, hopefully. But yeah, I did notice that with a lot of kits that it was, they didn't have like the basic main color of a lot of them. And I skipped over quite a few because of that. But this one, I thought that they had one that was similar enough to that main back color that I think it'll look okay. I hope it'll look okay. Yeah, this is a big pattern, so I'm just trying to see if it's yeah, corner to corner. It says it's worked half double crochet corner to corner. Graph, yeah, nothing I would want to do really, you know. I'm not into blankets, but so you could see here's some of the graphs of the dogs and whatnot that you have to follow. And this is, you know, I would have to, like, if you wanted a printed version of this 55 long pattern, you would have to print it in color. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what color went where, because it would just all be black and white. I think they should have put letters on the graph. That way you could just do it in black and white, you know, because printer ink isn't cheap, you know. That stuff doesn't last very long. And here I am griping about printer ink. Hey, the stuff's not cheap, man. It's not, is it? If you buy it, you know it's not. All right, so yes, that's very nice. I'll turn the camera off in a minute and I'll let you know if all the yarn is here and the color that I substituted for this one. Now I got one more, which I'm super excited about. So those all 3 were crochet. This is knit. I'm gonna have to find a really good knitter. I actually seen this when this first came out on Lion Brand's Instagram account, and I thought one day I'm going to get that and have someone, see if I can find someone to knit it for me that's a really good knitter and commission it out. So this one is by Two of Wands, which I didn't hear of. I never heard of her until she came out with her own yarn line, and then that's when I started seeing her all over Lion Brand. And then I seen this, she came out with this. I don't know if it was like, it could have been a couple years ago, 3 years ago, I don't remember, but I think it's very pretty. Her name's Alexandria. She has that yarn at Lion Brand, Hue and Me, which I'd never used, though I have used the 6-weight one time, but I never reviewed it because I don't review bloggers yarns. Yeah, and I never tried the 4-weight one. I don't even know what that one's called. I forgot. But anyways, it's in here, so we'll look at it. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman as well. Very, very nice. Excellent knit and crochet designer. Lion Brand is lucky to have her on their site. So it's this cardigan here. Oh my gosh, I saw this and I wanted it so bad, but you know what, they did not have that color, that white color, off-white color. I had to choose another color of the Hue and Me brand yarn, and I hope that the color that I chose matches. I just wanted it so bad, and I hope that it looks okay. I mean, that is a beautiful, beautiful cardigan. So, and here's so show you here, that's what the back looks like, and here's some pictures of the front there. It's got pockets and buttons. So like, I don't know anything about knit, so I have no idea what that is, but isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. So I'm going to find a really good knitter. It says it's a level 2 intermediate pattern, and I think I had a little bit of graphing or something in here that needed some color. Is this made out of chunky weight yarn? My gosh, I hope not. Actually, I don't care. I don't care if it is. It's the Santa Fe cardigan. I don't know anything about this, because it's knit and I'm just looking around and everything looks like a foreign language. It's made with, yeah, Hue and Me. Let me see which one's in here. Yeah, it's made out of the 5-weight. This is like this is her bulky 5. It's a thick bulky 5 too. It's like a 6-weight if you ask me. I know she came out with a 4-weight as well. I kind of thought that was what it was made with, but I guess I should have read better. But that's okay. It'd be a nice chunky one. So yeah, that's what it's made with. And by purchasing one of her patterns, you got a free bag. I don't really. Yeah, I'll put the yarn for this pattern in this bag. Whoever I can get to knit that. But this is such a beautiful, beautiful knit design. Now this one this is the only 4 I got that really spoke to me, I guess. $73.35, and again, that was on sale. On sale. Okay, I just looked it up. On a regular basis, this thing is $90.87, and that is for the kit. But then again, you know, you're paying for the yarn. I do wish they would have separated it. I do wish they would have had all the colors that it came with. But I do like the idea that they let you choose any color that you want from that, you know, whatever yarn it calls for. That's pretty cool. I don't like the way it's all thrown in a box, because I don't even know what's what. I'm going to go through and make sure it's all there. But this is a beautiful, beautiful kit. I love them all. I do. Let me look at this yarn and make sure they didn't mess anything up. And I'm going to show you the color that I got to go on the back of that. You guys let me know if you think it's going to go good. Okay. And the one I had to sub for that one, back of this one too. Don't go. Unless I'm rambling, you can leave me. You know I'm a rambler. I'm a rambler. Okay. That's a disaster. This alone would not, I would never order a Lion Brand kit again because of this disastrous mess that I just had to go through. Like I said though, I love Lion Brand. It's just that this is a mess. All of it in general, like all thrown in one box. It was all mixed up. It wasn't even like maybe like one kit on the bottom and the next. It was just all thrown together. And I had to go through it all and then go through the patterns and make sure I had everything. They changed up the name. Like I got some skin tone yarn instead of anti-peel, or instead of basic stitch, I guess. It doesn't say that in the pattern, but the color matched up. So I just didn't really know what was going on, but I guess I figured it out eventually. And then, yes, that's a mess. Okay, so anyways, I'll probably stay clear of Lion Brand kits, but I do like the one that I got. So they did get the correct color. So these are all going to be green on the Monsteria Garden blanket. That one's going to be beautiful. It's going to be this color right here. Oh, I can't wait to see that done. And for this Santa Fe cardigan, now I could not get the white, so they let you choose any other color. They didn't have a lot that I thought would, you know, as far as neutral, so I went with this one. I think that will be okay. What do you guys think? It's pretty. I think it'll be pretty. Plus, I'll probably spill stuff on the white anyway, so maybe it would be less noticeable. So I really think maybe I might like this one better than the white. So it is going to be kind of a heavy cardigan, I think, but you know, only time will tell. We'll see. So I got all the yarn for that one. I think that knit pattern is gorgeous. It was one of my favorites, but really the dog blanket's my favorite. And like I said, the background there on that is actually like I think it's like a gray color you're supposed to have. Beige heather is what you're supposed to have. And I didn't have that. They didn't have it. So I went with off-white. That was the best. They were out of a lot of colors, so that was the best I could do for that one. I think in the end it's going to make a beautiful blanket for the next auction that we have for the animal shelter. I really like that one a lot too. That one's super pretty. So there was all the yarn for that one, and then all the other patterns were fine too as well. All the yarn was here for this one as well. So super stoked to get them. Not super stoked about their patterns in general, like as far as, like I told you, everything I didn't like it how they just threw it all in a box. I didn't like it how this is just me probably being petty. I don't like the way they didn't separate it at all. I mean, separate it with a piece of cardboard or something, but they didn't. It was just all thrown in there. And that was a lot of yarn, especially for that dog pattern. There was like lots of yarn in there. And then I don't like the way that digital downloads are just fine if say that I was gonna, you know, if I followed patterns, you know, and I wanted to use it, I'd be okay with the digital download. But you know, some people don't have printers. Lion Brand has to think about that. Therefore, they have to go elsewhere and try to print it, and those things use up a lot of ink. And I just think that maybe they should send a printed version for the price they're charging on some of these. Even on sale, they're outrageously kind of priced. And then again, like I said, not a lot of them spoke to me. But overall, I got everything that I was supposed to get. All the yarn came. The patterns, you know, I did have to spend $40 on ink to get them all printed out because this one's so huge. But that's okay. So now I have all the patterns ready for whoever makes them. And now I'm just got to get all the yarn sacked up separately. So overall, Lion Brand kits, you know, they look nice, but I think the way they package them and send them, and it's not really my style. I probably won't buy kits. I won't buy kits from them again, but I'll definitely buy their yarn. Now, before I go, one more thing I bought, which I'm super totally disappointed in myself in it. You know, I've been talking about how I was going to do, been wanting, I can't even talk tonight, been wanting to do a Mr. Rogers sweater, right? So I finally decided on a yarn. I was going to go with Lion Brand's Woolies because it was cheaper than that new yarn. Their new yarn is like 10 or 11 to $17 a ball, depending on where you get it. So I was, even though that was nice and it was a beautiful red, I decided to go with Woolies. They're 4-weight Woolies. So it was on sale for $4.20 for a ball. Now I picked out a color which I don't know. On my phone it looked red, but it's not red. It's orange. It's a beautiful color, but it can't be a Mr. Rogers sweater. I love it. It can be a different sweater, but there's no way that can be a Mr. Rogers sweater. I have no idea. This isn't Lion Brand's fault. This is my fault. Maybe I was half asleep when I was looking at yarn. You know, I'll stay up forever looking at yarn. And I thought it was more red than this. Maybe it appeared more red to me on the phone. It looks orange on my computer right now. I mean, it looks just like this. I'm like, I saw this and I'm like, this is not what I ordered. And I looked and I'm like, I must have been half asleep or something, because there's no way I would have picked that for a Mr. Rogers sweater. But it's still a beautiful color. So this is the regular Woolies, the 4-weight one. 197 yards of an 80 acrylic, 20 wool blend. And the color is called Koi. And even though I can't use it for my Mr. Rogers sweater, I have to keep on the look for a red, because I just look now and they don't have a red. Because the sweater I want to make his was a very, you know, distinctive red. I'll keep looking. But I will use this for something else, because like I said, even though it's not Mr. Rogers sweater red, it's orange. It's beautiful, and this is one of my favorite colors of orange. So I'll definitely make something out of it. I'm gonna keep it. I was just a little disappointed that I don't know what I was thinking and why I bought orange for a Mr. Rogers sweater. I don't know where my mind is sometimes. Well, anyways, I hope everything is going to look good with the substitutions of yarn that I did. I think the kits that I picked out are beautiful. I'm super stoked to see that puppy blanket get done. And I'm super stoked to get that done. I just hope it's not too heavy. But that's okay. I like a bulky. There's nothing wrong with the chunky sweater. It's so pretty. Alright. I'm going to go. I apologize if I sounded a little petty on this video. I think I just got a little aggravated because this is a huge box of yarn. And it was just thrown in there, and I'm like, what is this? It doesn't say this on the pattern. It says nothing about skein tone yarn. It says that it's supposed to be a basic stitch. What is going on? But I finally figured it all out, and I'm okay now. And yeah, even though I did have that mess up on the Mr. Rogers sweater, now that I look at it, I'm kind of happy I did. It's actually really pretty, and I think it'll make another sweater very pretty. So I'll keep on the lookout for a nice red, a wool red, acrylic wool blend red. That doesn't break the bank. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, I'll see you guys on my next video. Sorry if it was too long, and remember, you can always turn me off at any time. I'll see you guys later, okay? Take care.